heat, and we're taking it back to the top where we started with Zoe Zheng. Currently 5th place, looking way more comfortable even on the first trick, front board as well. Zoe's one of those skaters that if it's her day, she could win. Like, take it through, get through to finals real easy.
She's perfectly capable.
She's been battling with herself, I feel, over the last couple of competitions, right?
I think the only thing that can really get in Zoe's way is Zoe right now. She's got the tricks to do it, and we're seeing a good run so far.
Yeah, stamping that kickflip down. That's where she fell on run number 1. Oh, that back tail was so good. I bet that felt so nice, and that's what you want, the power up to get this last banger in, back 50-50.
Stoked.
Yeah. Been battling this frontside nose grind. Looks like she's on that side of the hubber again. There you go. And here's that replay. Oh, not sure. Was there a little bit? Up next from Spain. Big board slide hanging in there. Just getting away with that one. Alain Goycochea is the coach for Spain. So you know the standard is going to be high with that step up to frontside Smith grind, rock and roll in to turn it around. How easy is it to get stuck in that center section?
Oh man, there's a lot of area over there to get a little bit lost. There's a lot of flat ground up there.
And especially like if you don't land something perfect or you kind of don't land something at all, how hard is it to get back into the run? It's gnarly, right?
Yeah, you lose all your momentum, but she's doing a good job here.
Whoa, getting that feeble grind right on the... So, Natalia coming in. Five. Oh, wow. Perfect. That is flat 119 with change.
I always think it's interesting.
4 or 5. Already got those 2 scores on the board, so looking pretty comfortable. Big feeble grind.
A little bit higher than that 51 on that big spin front board.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, you're kind of...
And she knows.
We are back round to Natalia. Out to front 50 Femi. Rightly so. Gapping out to that frontside 50-50. First run didn't quite work out, so it's on the line now, knowing that we are taking 1 score from the run section through.
There you go.
You could almost see maybe a bit more of determination in that flip. This has to be landed.
Of course.
So stepping up to that backside lip slide. Pamela looks like there's no kind of nothing on the line. It's just her against her, I think.
She has every trick that she needs to be able to get through to the next round.
Oh, just missing that 360 flip. Quick glance at the time. Hasn't got the ability to throw this run away. Going to need to get one more in. No, calling it. One side, one wheel on the other, and locking it in. So, Pamela, there you go.
Though, you know, like, just because you have something 1 minute doesn't mean you have it the next, and that's why these contests.
Skating's a good day.
Poe's already talking about skating the DIY.
Yeah.
Front lip fakie.
Okay. Take your back truck over, land on the middle of the board, get the lip slide, and arguably taking the harder route out. Big breath, dropping in. Run number 1, starting off with that feeble. Whoa, hanging in there, and maybe missing that second trip, but staying on.
Sometimes it's better to just roll by.
Strong shirt game as always.
Of course.
Happy, real happy with that one. So we mentioned it earlier, Candy's been struggling with a long-term injury that keeps rearing its ugly head, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. I believe it's her knee.
That's the thing when you skate at the level that Candy does, you're going to get hurt at some point, but looking so solid and comfortable out there. There's that step up to lip slide, kickflip fakie as well. Real happy with that. 3 seconds left on the clock. So I think fifth and final trick. Candy Jacobs, trick number 2 of 5. Currently in 6th place. There you go.
It helps with the flow.
Yeah.
Makes it look cleaner. Candy's always got a good shirt, though, like we were saying earlier.
Let's see this frontside tail slide, Candy. Oh no, switching it up, frontside 5-0. There you go, ollieing out, perfect frontside 5-0. So same song again, or was there a backup one from run 2?
I think she just restarted whatever was going on first run, honestly.
Oh, stepping it up with a kick flip, swerving out of that one slightly, but a make's a make.
Long feeble. Oh!
That didn't look like it was flipping enough, and it did. That
Wrangled
was great.
it.
And that's what I like. Sometimes you see people, they come out of something and they're like, shoulders are turned a little bit, and it's like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to chuck this in now. Especially if you've got a good first rundown, like Poe already has. There's that back 50, frontside 180 down, coming in fakie to the quarter pipe.
Oh.
Yes. Now we're talking. And I think if you're anywhere but the top 3 at this point in the competition, you're going to be struggling to get through. And that's that long rail, sorry. Great execution. Trick number 4 of 5. There you go.
A little pop out too, yeah.
So coming in backside. There's that cross lock we were talking about earlier. Then popping way out to the side. I hope so, because I think that's what it's going to take to get through to this 8-person final. Big board slide has started off. That's a long old way down, and the nose slide to follow it up. Rolling back in and back across that driveway, getting that speed up front board. So looks like the same run that we saw earlier. Getting those feet in position.
Oh, yeah.
You called it.
There it is.
Yes. Landing bolts as well. And I mean, when we say bolts, that's landing with both feet directly over the truck bolts. And that's the kind of thing that the judges are looking for. They want perfect execution. And no flapping around trying to balance. That had it all. It's great.
No arm circles.
No. Ready? And we're taking it round to Haley Powell. Trick number 1, starting off that big. Looking pretty focused. Coming into that gap to Hubber. Front Smith grind. Not control. Let's check out that replay. Yeah, popping out. Difficulty of the trick on the obstacle. Something that's really gnarly is really gnarly regardless. Whoa!
Wow.
And
like
speaking
that.
about it, still one more to go. That's going to be taking the pressure off. We are taking it back to the top of the heat. Koko Yoshizawa kicking it off with the backside Smith grind. Turning it around with the axle stall. We were talking earlier about that gap out to the Hubber. It's deceiving, right? It looks low, but as you come towards it, it's big.
Yeah, you're like standing on top of it, and it looks like you're not even having to really pop that much.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and you're like, oh, it's kind of a long ledge, too. It's not like a small one.
Yeah, the gap out is certainly intimidating as well. 10 seconds remaining. Oh, backside lip slide, frontside 50-50. This one's going to be on the buzzer.
Yeah.
Wally fakie. Involved in your side of it so they can have a different view on it and be like, hey, no, you just need to land one trick and you're through. Like,
Yeah.
don't go crazy because you might fall off.
Yes.
So that's where we're kicking.
I
Yeah, we
slipped
saw
on
a
him a
couple of
couple
people
times.
slipping yesterday. Yeah, you included. Needs another score on the board. And there it is. 55.27 in the run section. She's going to need to get the highest scores possible to make it through to the top 8. So from Brazil, we have Gabi Mazzetto, 45 seconds on the clock, run number 1. Lovely nollie down into that bank. Frontside lip slide. Gabi's one of the skaters that, yeah, I was just about to say hustles, doesn't hang around, like it's run to the next one.
She is fast with it.
Gap up, backside lip slide, so 2 lip slides already. Frontside and backside, coming down to 20 seconds. Kick flipping over across into that wedge gap. 15 seconds remaining. And such a massive legacy of skateboarding from both women and men in Brazil. The likes of Leticia absolutely smashing it out there, and Gabi gapping out to that back 50-50. Oh. Wow.
Super good.
So Gabi Mazzetto coming in, front board all the way locked down. Gets longer the closer you get towards it, right? It's like it starts escaping away from you. And it's quite intimidating. And a front board to hold that. 2 of 5 for Gabi Mazzetto. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, she's got a great backside Smith grind. Front Phoebes, whoa! Really shouldn't. You will hang in there, won't you? Like, you mentioned it earlier with Liz staying on something, but, you know.
It out maybe after that practice, see what you could do in a run.
Okay, starting off, gap out, backside 5-0, Miu Itu. .30 seconds on that clock. Currently in 9th, so right on the bubble of getting through to top 8. Looking pretty good. So, front feeble. Backside tail slide, getting the transition tricks in. And that's something that I've seen in the evolution of women's competition skateboard. You see a lot of the men hustling with the transition. Jumping all over the place.
It's going to switch up a lot right now.
Miu out to back lip. They just did a back lip. They got scored this. You've got that. Just get it done, and you're going to get that. Looking at that gap out. Front blunt.
Ooh,
Not just any.
She really slid the whole thing.
Yeah, got on really quite early and slid the whole thing. And I mean, the caliber of judge we've got. Comfortable, but we're taking it round to the very comfortable Momiji Nishia. Wow, there's a salad grind for Eric Dressing.
Right out the gate.
No messing around. That shows the confidence, you know. High-risk tricks like that, you know, that can easily go wrong.
For sure, and nobody ever does that, too. It's something totally new.
Yeah, and I mean, that shows how educated Momiji is on trick selections, because if you're doing something no one else is doing out there, the judges can't help but say, you know what, we're going to reward that.
Yeah, for sure. She has a big bag of tricks.
Yeah, we're merely seeing the tip of the iceberg right now from Momiji Nishia. 5 seconds on the clock. Out to backside lip slide like it was in the top. And watching what's going on now must be really nerve-wracking. Back Smith. Check out these arms. Just chilling.
Wow.
Nishia, trick 2 of 5. Oh, there you go. This, yeah, it sets her apart from the rest of the pack for sure. And I mean, look at that. She is an absolute monster on a skateboard, and starting it off with that frontside lip slide. Choosing a different position to start this run as well. A lot of people are starting up on this end where she is right now.
Yeah, she's been standing in the sun waiting, so.
Yeah, I was just about to say the shade looks really nice at the moment there. So, gap back lip, frontside 50. 20 seconds remaining. Something I saw from our quarterfinals yesterday was use of course as well is quite a highly scored thing. So if you're not getting stuck in that center area and you're using both sides as well, you're going to score higher. And I think, you know, that shows how well-rounded you are. So legacy of street skateboarding competitions in Rome. Whoa, hanging in there. Control. Check out this back Smith grind. And using the arms for Japan. Naori.
Wow.
Here we go. Here's that replay. Boom. Whoa, nearly caught it a bit primo. Stamping that landing.
I can't believe we just saw that happen.
Wow.
To be honest. Like, that was crazy.
Gap, frontside lip slide. So, gapping out to frontside lip slide. Looking at your runs differently now?
For sure. I mean, you should try to get your hardest trick in your run and then see if you can get something different in the trick selection. But I mean, it's always like nobody really has the same bag of tricks, so it's different to compare, like difficult to compare. But yeah, you definitely look at it and be like,
whoa. Okay. Chloe Cavell, run number 2, stepping up, and that's what the judges want to see. They don't want repetition even during this run section. And certainly when we take it through to the 5 best tricks, there's the switch front board again. Kickflip backside 50-50 on a round rail is so gnarly.
That is really, really good. She had it down. That was a perfect lock-in as well. Wow.
Switch flip, 1 second on the clock. Straight away. Ground regs, kickflip all the way down.
I know what score that was. We might change it. Maybe they like the style. Maybe they...
Coming into that gap out to Haba with the crooked grind. Up next, though.
And what she was doing in practice as well, it was looking very good. She was last year as well. From Japan, the Japanese skaters are absolutely smashing it as always. Yeah, front side, blunt slide, making that look so easy. Having sat through heat number 1, all of these riders now have, lovely back-to-back tricks, just chilling on the nollie flip like that. I was just saying, all these riders have the luxury of seeing what was scored well, what wasn't scored well, and do you ever find yourself in a position when you're on the platform and you've seen heat 1 go and you're like, oh, okay, I need to change my run? Sometimes. It's always good to keep the same run for the first one just to have a score down. But then, yeah, you see what's going down and sometimes you have to step it up. For sure, and stepping it up, we saw that lovely backside. 63.51 score on the run section. I'm sure we're going to see some lovely scores going. That was a solid back tail as well. No messing around. Slid all the way. I mean, that's what we said before. You get those 2 tricks on the board and you can start really stepping it up because, wow, talking about... There you go. Wow. Already 2 heavy scores on the board. Front, blunt, cruise, 0 already on the board. And at this point, everybody's trying to drop their lowest score. And if your lowest score is side of there, the run-up's difficult. You have to be really coming in the right place. Okay, backside 50. If you don't think you're going to one-up yourself, you might as well just chill.
looking real focused up there.
Real focused.
No messing around.
She's seeing what's going on and seeing if she can tip.
And I mean, that's what we saw in qualifiers yesterday. It seemed like some people were just hanging out, you know, oh, okay, I'll throw a few things in to get through. And then suddenly the level went really high. Yeah. And it was like, oh, okay, people have stepped this right up.
Yeah, I think Raisa, too, she just put a run down to be sure of being in the semifinal. And then she went and stepped it up and got first place.
Yeah. Backside lip slide. Raisa's come so far from those butterfly wings, the angel wings.
Wow. She's really grown up in the contest.
Yeah, for sure. There's a beautiful backside Smith grind as well. So, Raisa Leal, trick number 1 of 5, front blunt.
Oh, wow. Today.
So, ollie out, front side, blunt slide.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What counts today. And Raisa Leal back in, back Smith.
Wow.
Heat 1. Sometimes it's not just that you can do a trick, it's what you do when things aren't. Okay, Liz Akama starting off front feeble. It's worth mentioning that was almost an unobtainable trick not that long ago. And now we're seeing it first go in a run.
I think 2 years ago, if you did that in a best trick, you would get one of the highest scores in the contest. Maybe even less long ago.
There's a little lean air disaster. 20 seconds on the clock, taking it down to that big long rail. Yes. There you go.
Liz has got some tricks that nobody's doing.
Yeah, and that's what sets her apart from the rest of the heat as well. Yes. I mean, the first time I saw her, she did a frontside big spin. It was out in China at the competition, and I was like, whoa, where's this come from? That big, long driveway and things like that, frontside 180, fakie 50. Liz Akama coming in. There we go.
There it is.
Keeping you in check, and yeah, sometimes things just don't work, but today. And that long is gnarly.
Yes.
180 nose grind. Made that look really... Oh, really? Did you fall off that? Look at that.
And she locks in so perfect.
Especially with a kick flip is difficult.
Definitely.
So, stand up, front side. Like, maybe you don't want to wow the judges. You know you're already through, so why? People, I mean, I always say this. People aren't holding back. People know that they've got to throw some serious stuff just to get through to the finals.
I think lately the semis have almost been crazier than the finals just because it's so hard to get in there.
So, Gabby Mazzetto sneaking in there, and the likes of Momiji and Chloe Cavell in there. Yumika Oda top 3, Raisa Leal, and taking that first place through to the finals. We've got Liz Akama. So